Please note, most responses are heard upon review and not in real time. As always, we do not offer this video as irrefutable evidence of the paranormal, nor do we claim our annotations are 100% conclusive. All we're asking is that you please approach the data presented here with a curious mind, and that you wear damn headphones. Libraries are mazes for us to explore the furthest reaches of our knowledge. They allow us to delve into the minds of others, gaining understanding from their experiences, and to be entertained by rich narratives of imagination and the fantastical. All of these things expand our capacity to live enriched lives. So, what does it conjure in your mind when you hear that your local library is haunted? What does that even mean? Typically, haunted refers to a poignant and evocative event or space, difficult to ignore or forget, often sprinkled with a dash of despair and forlornness. By that definition, and depending on what you're researching, all libraries could be seen as haunted and full of mystery. But does this mean that libraries hold the potential for supernatural occurrences, such as ghosts, even if there's no connection to some tragedy in the building? Are ghosts even real? Maybe, depending on your definition of a ghost. What if ghosts and hauntings are merely projections conjured up from our perceptions, or glimpses into another space-time where we can observe past and future moments? What if ghosts are present out of free will and are drawn to a library because the entire repertoire of humanity is on display? And what if they want to help curate that? Just imagine books as frequencies and ghosts as intentions enacting the library of consciousness, calling us to pay attention and uncover the hidden mysteries of life. Which brings us to the Bartholomew County Library. When I was first asked to investigate the possibility of this building being haunted, I was caught off guard. I had never heard any paranormal claims from the library itself. However, I was presented with two intriguing incidents. One is from the children's programming librarian, Kate Grafelman. On two occasions, she had books fall on her while researching families who had lived in local houses in the downtown and Donner Park area. The first encounter occurred in the main level meeting room about a year and a half ago when the genealogy local history section, known as the Indiana Room, was located there. The next occurrence was earlier this year after the Indiana section was moved upstairs to the mezzanine level. As Kate was researching, books again fell off the shelf and onto her. In neither instance were these books sticking out beyond the shelf or placed precariously in any way. Above all else, I believe librarians are overqualified at book extraction from shelves to prevent causing a literary avalanche. The second report is from October 25th, 2019, when children's librarian Rachel Akemon was asked to cover a program for another staff member. She was to lead a book club for tweens in the Red Room. Around 3:45, she entered the Red Room, turned on the lights, set up a circle of chairs, a table of snacks, and waited. She was instructed to leave if no children came by 4:15. Ironically, Rachel forgot to bring a book while waiting, so she spent most of the time watching the clock on the wall. Around 4:10, the hands on the clock began spinning fast, almost as if someone was winding the clock, which she found very unnerving. Despite this, she managed to take out her phone and record a video. The clock went through a 12-hour cycle and then stopped around 4:13. She decided against waiting the 2 extra minutes alone and called a friend in the building to come and help pack up. Rachel hasn't gone in the Red Room alone since. These two reports were compelling enough for me to accept the invitation, but knowing of no tragedies to speak of at the location, I felt it was best to explore the entire history of that area. The iconic Cleo Rogers Memorial Library, as it stands now at 536 Fifth Street, opened in 1969 and was designed by famed architect I.M. Pei. It is notable for its design of red brick with concrete details in the library plaza, an urban space punctuated by the sculpture Large Arch by Henry Moore. In 1987, an addition was built on the back of the building to add the Indiana Room, which houses books relating to Columbus, Bartholomew County, the state of Indiana, and family history. The atrium that connects the two constructions was dedicated this year to former director Steven Succo. Historically, the block housed two other structures. One was the Carnegie Library, dedicated on June 1st, 1903, and the other was the Tabernacle Christian Church, built in 1911. Both were razed to make space for the modern-day library. Interestingly, the Irwin home next door provided the most intriguing story. An article in the December 7th, 1912 edition of the Evening Republican details the discovery of the skeletal remains of a man and a dog buried near the front entrance of the house. Local authorities dismissed it as an old grave of a Native American buried with his dog, but a piece of broken dish similar to chinaware found in the grave added uncertainty to this theory, leaving the mystery unsolved. For the library investigation, methods of instrumental transcommunication, or ITC, were primarily utilized. We aim to capture electronic voice phenomena, or EVP, through a question and answer session using a digital recorder. ITC sessions using a ghost box were also performed. A ghost box is a detuned radio that sweeps frequency bands, providing bits of music, harmonics, and human speech that theoretically allow entities to communicate in real time. The third approach is direct voice, which uses filtered white noise to present intelligible and conversational results without word banks, radio signals, or internet connections. If you want to find more out about ITC, maybe research the subject in your local library. I embarked on my investigation of the library on March 10th, 2024. I was joined by longtime friend and researcher Gene Caswell of the Jefferson County Paranormal Society, friends Colin Bonnell and Bridget Howell of the local group Paranormal Cases, and library staff members Drew, Valerie, Anna Marie, and Dakota. We began the investigation in the mezzanine with an EVP session.
So, of course, this is the Indiana room, is what we call it. Is this now in the mezzanine? What we've done is we have a few EMF detectors. We have a motion detector on the stairs, and we have a couple other pods that are just set up randomly in these aisles. So we're going to basically introduce ourselves, and then we're going to do some of those EVP questions and just see what might happen. And then we might turn on a ghost box too. So, all right, let's get started here. Hello, Bartholomew County Library. I am not a library card carrying citizen. I live in Brown County, but this is the library of my childhood. I'm so excited to be here. I want to introduce everyone in the room and then state our intentions. And so I'll start off, once again, my name's Matthew, and we'll just go around the room here.
And my name's Bridget.
I'm Drew. Valerie.
Anne Marie.
I'm Gene. I'm Colin.
And what we're doing today is we've had reports of paranormal activity here in the library. And whether anyone's here with us or not, whether you consider yourself a spirit or a ghost or just a resident of Columbus, Indiana that likes to hang out in the library, we're here to try to reach out to you to see if you might want to communicate with us. Let's start off, and I just want to ask if you could tell us your name. Do you generally hang out in this part of the library? This device that's in my left hand can record your voice, If you want to come up to the red light and speak into it.
Yeah, it's a temperature gauge on it, yeah.
What is this building for you? Is it going up or down?
Up. Are you walking away from me?
Are you a former librarian, maybe? Did you work at the Carnegie Library? If so, you got to be really impressed with this new building. It's absolutely beautiful. Or maybe you're associated with the Columbus Tabernacle Church that used to sit here. Are you familiar with that? You ask a question, Gene?
Again, I'm Gene. I'm from Madison, Indiana. Drove a long ways up here to hopefully meet with you. Want to reiterate that you're not in trouble. We're not here to gang up or don't mean to demean you in any manner. We're just wanting to communicate and find out more about you. Who's here and why. Some of our questions may be redundant. I hope it doesn't frustrate you, but it's how we validate, so be ready for that. Don't be frustrated if some of the devices don't work the way you want. Just be patient. Were you a part of this library or just like to visit it? Can I ask if you were the one or know who the one was that made the books fall off the shelf? Was there a purpose? Were you showing her something? Do you remember who she was looking up?
Close back.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to hit stop now, and hopefully we heard your voice.
So each time before the REM pod went off, I would hear a knock, and I felt like you heard it too, because I kept looking over and I could see you heard exactly every time before the REM pod went off. So, I don't know what that was, but.
Okay.
What was that rim pod?
I don't know if it's the vent. There's a vent up there.
Is there? Okay.
I'm pretty sure high pitch on the. See, it's still lit up red for the temperature.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's on. There's
I can hear
there's
it.
After Colin and Gene checked out what possibly set off the temperature alarm on the REM pod, a librarian explained that at that time of year, neither the heat nor AC was on, but the HVAC system circulates fresh air through the building. To be cautious, we moved the REM over a couple of book aisles. Gene then led his own EVP session in the corner of the mezzanine after potentially witnessing an unaccounted for shadow. During this session, not only did we have more EMF meters go off, but Bridget, using an ITC app, seemed to capture some relevant words to Gene's line of questioning.
Nice to meet you. I thought I may have saw something right here. Was that you? Can I ask your name? Do you like to help? Do you like to walk around here after hours when everyone's gone? Do you like to help? Do you like to walk around here after hours when everyone's gone? Is there anything about this spot here that you like to hang out? Or just happen to be here? Are you doing that? Thank you. You are. Would you like to say anything to any of the employees here? have a favorite? Thank you. For any attempt or tried to. Again, we'll try again later. Thank you.
Right whenever you said thank you, they said thank you, and then I worked here. Right after you said that.
Where's the play?
Don't move.
At what point of you asking questions did that start going off again?
You mean towards the end?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Last questions was about if they had a favorite employee here.
And then I think that's when it went off. And then it said thank you very much, and then I worked here after that.
What's the place back?
Okay. I'll say my name again, Gene. Nice to meet you. I'll say my name again, Gene. Nice to meet you. I thought I may have saw something right here. Is there someone here? I have a device right here you can approach. You can give me some readings to let me know that you're here, possibly.
So, I don't know what's making me.
Ask your name. How old are you? And you're not in trouble. What part of the library? What part of the library? You're more than welcome to follow us around and talk with us. We'll have other devices that we'll use tonight where we might be able to hear you as you communicate with us. Would you like that? Do you like the help?
Like to help?
Do you like the help?
Like to help?
Do you like to walk around here after hours when everyone's gone? Do you like the help?
They like you.
Are you curious as to why we're here? Are we intruding on your time?
What? We're still talking about. What? We're still talking.
Noise, knock a book off the shelf. We don't want to hurt the books.
We might have to revisit that question.
Curious as to why we're here? Are we intruding on your time?
What? We're still talking about that.
Making noise, knock a book off the shelf. We don't want to hurt the books.
We might have to revisit that question.
Again, we'll try again later. Thank you. More than welcome to follow us around and talk with us. Would you like that? Would you like the help? Do you like to walk around here after hours when everyone's gone? Are you curious as to why we're here? Are we intruding on your time? Knock a thing.
The way this recorder works is it's voice activated, okay? So it only records when it hears something. And so, I mean, just like I was over there, and you probably noticed Gene holding this very still, and you hear it either will completely cut out in between the questions, or I think because of the sound over here. It was kind of keeping the recorder going the whole time, but you still heard the long dead spaces of no responses, right? But that gruff noise, that is some sort of vocalization. Not really for sure what I said yet. I mean, this is something that, I'll take and download on my computer and try to like clean up so maybe we can actually hear. But to me, the one point where he was like, where he asked, do you like to help? I almost hear, I like to help.
I even thought I heard, I like to help. I do.
Yeah. We'll play that part back. Yes, I like to help. Something.
Do you like to help? Do you like to walk around here after hours when everyone's gone?
So, it's quite possibly we just got an EVP.
Awesome.
Yeah. Interesting. What do you think, Gino?
Night young.
All right, so we've had a couple interesting things happen up here. Might do like a ghost box session right here, and then we'll divide up and we'll kind of switch off between different areas of the library. Is that red pot again?
Yeah.
In concluding that EVP session, in combination with the ITC app stating, I worked here, and the EVPs validating that they'd like to help, it felt like someone who once cared for the library still does. Next, Gene turned on my Radio Compass Ghost Box and asked a few questions seeking intelligent replies in real time. At this point, Colin went off to the downstairs conference room and red room.
Hello? Are you still here?
Go away. Go away.
I heard a yeah and then go away.
You don't want to speak to us right now? Can we ask your name? Can you repeat that, please? Can you tell us how many's here right now? 7? Can you see us? Where's Colin? Did I see you? Did I see you earlier?
Does the name Jeannie Elrod mean anything to you? How about AJ Ditboy? Not Cleo Rogers. Do you happen to know the name of the man that designed this building? How about that?
But also be no one.
Yeah, I know. It's kind of hard not to be somewhat biased. Do you have any messages for us? Are there any other places in the library we should go to try to communicate? Tabernacle and at least go into the space of the old Indiana room, just to test it out. Maybe just do a couple quick sessions.
Next, we headed to the main level into the old Indiana room, where we set out yes and no response devices, EMF detectors, and conducted another EVP session and ghost box session using a device called a direct link.
You can still interact with any of these devices on the floor, or you can also come up to the red light on this device and speak into it, and we'll play it back and maybe we'll get to hear you. Does that sound good? Can you give me a yes or no? All right, I'm gonna turn this on. Did you talk to us upstairs by chance in the mezzanine? Anybody here that's maybe tied to the old Columbus Tabernacle Church? No? Does anybody know anything about the skeleton of maybe a Native American that was found in the Miller home next door? Are you familiar with that story? All right. Well, anything else you want to let us know right now, please say it into the recorder. We're going to play this back and review it.
Did you talk to us upstairs by chance in the mezzanine? Do you consider yourself a spirit? A ghost? How long have you been in this library? Are you associated at all with the original library that stood here? Or have you always been a part of this library? I don't mean to sound like a, do you consider yourself a spirit? A ghost? How long have you been in this library? Are you associated at all with the original library that stood here? Or have you always been a part of this library? I don't mean to sound like a detective grilling you, but we're just curious as to who you may be. Do you mind as clearly as you can into this microphone in my hand, stating your name for us, so we know what to call you? Are you over by Gene? Please state your name. We know what to call you? Are you over by Gene? Please state your name. How many spirits might be here in the library? Is there more than one? Is this a happy place for you? Do you enjoy people coming here to read and learn? Pretty cool, that's what the library's for. You know the two people sitting behind me here? You want to say hello to anybody or give them a message? Is there anybody? You want to say hello to anybody or give them a message? Is there anything else you want to let us know right now? Please say it to the recorder. We're going to play this back and review it. Thank you.
Hello? Mike coming? Is there anyone here who'd like to communicate? Now's the time to take advantage of this. You can figure this device out.
What?
Can you tell us about this room? Do you miss the books being in this room? You have some friends here who'd like to hear from you. Do you remember my name?
I said Gene.
You want this to go faster or slower?
And or just and or just
Are you close by? Who was upstairs earlier? Where'd be a good place to talk to you at? It'd be easier.
Do you know what made the clock move in the red room? Want to try the red room?
Yeah.
Colin had been downstairs that entire time using his direct voice method to try to hear voices. In the sessions that followed, Colin's device in the conference room and the red room, and later mine, which is a direct voice prototype called Prism, are completely devoid of radio signals, internet, or word files. Essentially, white noise is generated and filtered for resonances problematic for human speech. So when you hear words come through, it is very compelling. I have to admit, my impression of Colin's conference room session feels as if an employee was telling him he's not supposed to be in there.
Can you tell me where you're at right now? I just want to talk. Can you tell me why you stay here? Can you tell me how old you are? Eight. Are you a child? Are you a kid? Is that why you hang out down here since the kids section's down here? Someone whispering that they need to leave? Someone whispering that they need to leave?
So Rachel says that she saw the clock in here do some funny things. Did you see that? Did you do that? Is there a reason you did it?
There's another clock in the library that sometimes does that too. Do you move around and do it all over the place or just in here?
Are you an adult or are you a child? Did you used to work here? Are you happy that we're here?
I remember church right before you asked that question.
Oh. Today is Sunday. Would you like to go to church? Hi.
Whoa.
Why is 6 afraid of 7? Because 7, 8, 9.
What's your name?
Arthur Mason was the director of music and organist of the Tabernacle Christian Church from 1891 to 1912. Arthur Mason was one of the persons that librarian Kate Grafelman was researching in the Indiana room when the books fell on her. Is this a mere coincidence?
You stay here all the time, or do you come visit this place?
This is cool.
We're here, we're good.
Hello.
I say, how are you? I say, how are you? Whisper?
Would you like to hear another joke?
Is this what you throw together using white noise
Yeah.
and stuff?
Does any of the kids want to try to play with any of these new toys? Oh. They'll light up and make noises.
What's your name?
Sound like my name. Can you step away from that red light over there? Can you do it on the count of 3? 1, 2, 3. Can you do it on the count of 3? 1,
2, 3. Hello? Are you associated with the library? What was the name of the church that used to be on this property? Yeah. Did you ever work here at the library? Were you a librarian? Did you work at the old Central Middle School? Do you have a message for us? Turn back. Are there any mysteries here at the library that we should know about? What secrets does the library hold? Their spirit. What secrets does the library hold? There are spirits that hang out in the Indiana room? Everybody, if you try to communicate, we appreciate it. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Is that normal?
Normal? No. Considering the source, there shouldn't be any noise there by, if you look at it, right, we heard there should not be there.
Yeah.
No matter what it is, not saying what it is, it shouldn't be
Right.
there.
With both methods, it was a lot of people, it
Yeah,
seemed.
and
Yeah.
you could tell the difference between men and women and kids and
Which is really
in
strange.
both of
Yeah.
them.
Well, I think this has been interesting. It'll be cool once Colin and I and Richard, we get all of our footage together and audio and go through it all, and there might be some real surprises in there as well.
Yeah.
So,
As we wrapped up our investigation, it became evident that the library is more than a repository of books and knowledge. It's a library full of hauntingly beautiful stories of expressed consciousness, where echoes are scribed and placed on a shelf, or stirring memories of those who once passed through the various incarnations of that city block, or possibly served and cared for the community, still may linger. But the intelligent and anomalous responses lend themselves to the theory that there might be discarnate beings attached to the library, driven by a desire to hauntingly help. Consider a haunting a call to pay attention, to explore, and an opportunity to uncover hidden stories that reside within these hallowed aisles. It's appropriate that a library is a space to seek comprehension, to research, and to contemplate. While the mysteries of the library remain unsolved, our investigation adds another layer to our understanding, hinting at what the paranormal phenomena may imply for those literate to the wonders of our reality. As we continue to learn, the next chapter may unveil more clues that these hauntings are not just eerie experiences, but profound invitations to delve deeper into the never-ending novel of our expanding sentience. So if a haunting speaks to you, make sure to check it out, just like a book. Who knows what you might discover? And don't forget your library card.